Good blessed Tuesday night, March the 28th, 2023. It's about 8:12 p.m. I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessing of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest or the poorest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest or the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. Doesn't matter whether you like me or anything I say or do. I still greet you with that same universal greetings. I just want to let y'all know I just came from the Charleston R1 School District High School auditorium, I believe it was, where the people that lives in the city of Charleston, Missouri, was invited to come to a town hall meeting that was dealing with the candidates for the city of Charleston, Missouri mayor. And when they already fixed questions for the three candidates, one of them wasn't being challenged. They said that they was going to have questions and answers, questions for the audience to ask. But this one individual that's not being challenged, I'm going to let you see what he did, and it almost remind me like going back into the 1940s and 50s with Bull Connor, Eugene Bull Connor, like I said before. He said, damn the law, they make their own laws down here. Now, they said that the citizens can ask questions. I'm a paying citizen. Now, the only one he called to for the citizens was first he said the sheriff. The sheriff is not a city employee. He's a county employee. He didn't have no question. Then the chief of police didn't have no questions, Robert Hearns. Then he asked Lester Gillespie, a black man that's a part of their system, that's on the zone committee. So, did he have something to say? And he had something to say. And I had my hand up, and this man just ignored my hand and said, that's it. Thank you, candidates. And I had to utter out. I said, is this open for the rest of the citizens? And let me tell you what this man said. But let me tell you, and then he got kind of smart he said, when you get on your YouTube, he telling me how to spell his name. And he said, the question that I asked is not for this forum. But they was asking people if new stores come in or stores in here, what can they ask them, or what can they do to better things here? And then he said, if you had questions, I had a question. I said, will there, if any one of those three are elected, I asked, would any one of y'all see about getting some diversity on the police force? Because I've been down there 27 years, and all the other blacks that done quit, and it's only been one on there for the last decade or so. And I guess he didn't like that. You know, it wasn't even a good 10 blacks in there. But when I got to asking my question, Lester Gillespie and some of the other sellout blacks, they was walking out. But then I asked if a person came up there with a complaint, and I told them about the complaint I had. If they had a complaint, would they hear that complaint? And let me share you what this man said. I want you to get his name real good. See, ain't nobody contesting him. Ain't nobody running against him. So he know he getting back in office. But he told me to make sure if I get on my YouTube to make sure I put his name. Let me show you his name real quick. He said, make sure I spell his name right. He said it's Toon, not Tool. You see what I'm saying? Getting smart. But this is what's been happening around here in Charleston, Missouri. It's ran by white supremacists, and they select the blacks that they want to say things and do here in Charleston, Missouri. But they asked, not him, but somebody else asked that was doing the emceeing for citizens to be able to say something. I'm a citizen, a paying citizen. And I wanted to know something legitimate. The other people, the other black leaders here may not be concerned about no blacks being on here. See, he want Robert Hearns to stay chief of police. But this individual here, Rick Toon, he said, when I get on YouTube, make sure I put his thing right. At the same thing, Rick Toon, your wife sent a friend request to my Facebook thing, and I sent a messenger and a message to her and told her that I didn't know her. And did she send me a friend request? And she said somebody must have hacked her thing. The same thing with Mark Higgins, a police officer here in Charleston, Missouri. Sent me a friend request, and when my dad was alive, he asked, can his wife be a nurse in my dad's house? For what? Y'all don't care nothing about me and my family. But anyway, I'm going to continue to complain because I can go farther than the city. I can go to the federal government. They took down the people in Ferguson and a lot of these other places, and sooner or later, they're going to get y'all here. Peace be still. This is what they call the United States of America flag. It's supposed to stand for all human beings in the United States. I got this flag because me and my two young daughters here in Charleston, Missouri, we took care of my dad until he passed away a couple of years ago. And he got an honorable discharge from the United States Army. He fought in World War II against Adolf Hitler, one of the most racist white individuals on the face of this earth. But there's still more Adolf Hitler still left. My dad said when he left Charleston, Missouri, when he was drafted, he said it was racism here against blacks then. He was segregated to what they call in the day the C.F. Bowen Center here in Charleston, Missouri, which was the Lincoln School at 700 Cy Williams Street or 700 Elm Street here in Charleston, Missouri on the southwest side. They was forced to just stay in that school because then the Charleston, Missouri Consolidated School number 7, which is the Charleston, Missouri R1 school district, didn't allow blacks to go until a lawsuit was filed. Look up the lawsuit. It's called Davis versus the Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County School District number 7 or Board of Education. But the reason why I'm speaking about this here today, I done got confirmation after going to the Charleston R1 School District Auditorium for a town hall meeting. For the candidates for City Hall here in Charleston, Missouri. I am convinced, without a doubt or contradiction now, that this flag don't stand for all blacks. Some blacks it do. Those who submit down to what the white supremacists that's running City Hall, that's running Charleston, Missouri. Now, if you having a city council, a city hall, a meeting for the city council, then you say that you the citizens can say something, but yet you only select 3 citizens. You select the sheriff. The sheriff is the sheriff of the county, not the city. He said he didn't have no question, but he said something. You asked the police chief, Robert Hearns. He didn't have nothing to say. Then you let Lester Gillespie, somebody that y'all let get on the city zone committee. But yet, after that, I raised my hand and had my hand up for a while. And you just ignored my hand. And you said, thanking the candidates, and that's all for the day. And then I said, can I say something? He said, oh, let's open them back up for the citizens. Why did you close it before looking around to see? Because y'all know who I was. Now, other people can say things concerning the city. All I wanted to know, if those 3 was, any one of them 3 was elected, would they try to get diversity on the police force here in Charleston, Missouri? Charleston, Missouri, 51% or more is black, and you only have 1 black police on the force. You done had the same chief of police for the longest. But then I also ask, if a person have a complaint for the city, would you all address it? And then here come Toon. He told me don't. He said if I put it on my YouTube, it's not TOOL. So I went up there where one of his signs is at. You see what I'm saying? He don't have none in the black community. You see what I'm saying? But he said his name is TOON. But let me tell you, he got up. He wasn't even the narrator. He got up. First he was talking about his sugar was up. It's probably gonna go up again. God gonna probably get him the way he talked to me, telling me if I get on my YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna get on my YouTube and let it be known. Charleston, Missouri is ran by white supremacists, and they only allow blacks that they know that they can control or afraid of them. You had Arcus Cassell in there. He was once upon a time the NAACP for 23 years. Lester Gillespie was the NAACP president, vice president, and they let him run a lot of these programs, and the city let him buy a lot of these properties because he on the zone committee. But one thing they don't like a black man that speak up for what's right. And all I was asking was legitimate questions. They want you to do anything that gonna submit them. They talking about how they built up stuff downtown, but they ain't building up a damn thing in the black community. And Lester Gillespie, Arthur Cassell, and all them is not worried about it because they getting that grant money. But I'm gonna continue to make my complaint against the police department, and it's a legitimate complaint. I'll go to the federal government if the city don't do it. I'll go to the state first. If the state can't do it, then I go to the federal government. Two, you don't run this city. You don't run everybody's voice. You may run some of these people's voices when you're in your white environment, but you can't come in this black environment and run a damn thing. You a racist. You see what I'm saying? The city council that's running it is racist. And any blacks that ain't speaking up against the injustice going down here, y'all sell out blacks. And I'm going to leave it at that. Peace be still.